Hello, everybody. Welcome to Let's Try. My name is Retromation. This is Foretales, a type of card battler, choose-your-own-adventure RPG. I'm very excited to be checking out the demo here as part of the Steam Summer Games Festival. In we freaking go. What do we got here? A mysterious patron. Volpain needs money to help his father and the local miners. His friend Leo, says there's someone in town with a very lucrative job offer. I mean, this has got to be a lion, right? Like, I see we got some anthropomorphic... Oh, is it a... All right, we'll see. Welcome to Foretales, an adventure game where you progress by combining cards and exploring decks. This is it, Volpain, our ticket to the easy life. One last job and our days of stealing apples from the market are behind us. That's what you said last time. So who's this contact of yours? His name's Timothy. He says he has work for people like us. And you're sure he can pay? Because I could really do with the money right now. Don't worry, he promised a hefty reward. Should be more than enough to help your father and the miners with their strike. And for me to take an early retirement. He's just a little difficult to track down in town sometimes. Better ask around then.
He looks like a good place to start.
A typical region of the game is composed of 3 to 6 location cards placed on the board. You can learn more by hovering over your cursor over them. Sometimes clicking them will also trigger some dialogue or a reaction from your characters. Try it out for yourself. Click on the left card with the beggar. He will remind you of what he wants. Good day to you, young bird. How can I be of assistance? We're looking for someone by the name of Timothy. I see, a very secretive fellow, is he? Think I heard something about him the other day, but sadly my memory isn't what it once was. Right. What might jog your memory, I wonder? A bite to eat usually does the trick. About 5 food should be sufficient. 5? That's enough to last a few days. No, my friend here. We'll come back with some food for you. Okay, so I see we've got like a little bit of food here. We got 1 food, 2 money, 1 fame, 1 grim. Theft, murder, violence, and general lawlessness, reputation like that guarantees respect among outlaws, make law-abiding citizens quake in their boots. Oh, so we can, like... Are you saying we can, like, trade our money over to this guy and we will be buying food? Oh, we could grim, we could... Okay, if we have 2 grim, we could, like, scare him into giving us the food. Is that the situation? Okay. That's interesting. One moment here. All right. Okay. Marketplace, the sights, sounds, and smell of the city life intermingle in the... intermingle in this bustling hub of commerce. A great place to trade goods. Don't be fooled by his jolly banter. He's as much a gossip as he is a merchant. Okay. Apples, fresh apples, no maggots in them or nothing. Yeah, I just gotta stop saying that out loud. All right. So we need to find a way to get like a chunk of food here. 1 money gives us a couple food, so I guess sure.
Oh, I hope you're going to wash that before you eat it.
Seems like a more logical way of doing it. Okay, oh, and we unlock a new location here. One very important rule to remember, you can only play 1 card per location on the board. Sometimes it will transform the target card into another, but most of the time it will just consume it and travel to the next card. A standard used card of the board will go back to the bottom of the exploration deck. Once a slot is available, it'll automatically be filled with the top card of the exploration deck. You cannot run out of location cards to explore because the exploration deck always cycles. Okay, so this is just going to always come right back. Oh, okay. From left to right, these are the next locations you will visit. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Poor district, the population here are in dire need of help, but they can also offer assistance if they're asked nicely enough. So we could get fame. We could... I don't want to trade my food right now. We need that. 1 fame for 2 food. You know, are we trading it? It says consumes the fame. Yeah. Also, I like how, like, if we robbed him with the 2... the 2 evil points, it seems like it might remove them. It says -2. So, like, by robbing him, we... Oh, so sorry, officer. I already used up my evil points on this robbery. You can't press charges or anything. We're all good here. I used it up. I'm not evil anymore. Always happy to give a free sample to the local celebrities. You hear that, Volpain? Celebrities. There we go. Okay, so we've got enough now. Let's see what this guy knows. Lead the way. So theoretically, we will...
Bandits. Lovely.
Beware, a hostile token is blocking this card. You won't be able to play any card here on this suspicious street until you get rid of those bandits. If you click on the token, you can see the creatures forming the group and decide whether to engage or not. Most confrontations start with a negotiation phase. If you have the correct resources, you might discard this whole threat without any violence. But if you don't absolutely need to play here, you might as well try to avoid any conflict and play on the other cards available. I do want to... Wait. How did it see to a group of aggressive outlaws in order to play the cards they keep? You have to get rid of them. I mean, it said we could see who's all with them. I guess... I think that's on clicking, but I'm afraid to do it just in case. Oh, thank you, young bird. Now, about this Timothy chap. But of course, where are my matters? Here, follow this path.
That should show the way. Heartwarming stuff.
Thanks for the tip, friend. Good day to you, bird. Well, what now? I suppose we should follow the old beggar's direction on that piece of paper. Sometimes you'll have to seek out directions to progress in the story and reach new destinations. Check the descriptions of your cards. Directions to Timothy. The old beggar has marked the map with Timothy's location. All Volpe needs to do is find the nearest marketplace and follow the directions from there. So we can, like... So we're supposed to find a marketplace, and then we can probably drag this onto it. Oh, that's interesting. So, like, do we know where the marketplace is? So we have to clear 2 cards in order to get that to go. All right, so what happens if we... So we can't clear this unless we do something with it. Right? Like, we can't... So what happens... Yeah, if we're out of resources, are we just, like, bopped? Like, I can't trade food into the negative. I could get fame. I'm just wondering, is there a way we can trade fame? Good place to refresh oneself or make a quick wish. Oh, what's this about? Rallying Cry. Inspiring call to arms that draws out potential allies in the area. Oh, deadly shot. What would that do here? We would gain a food if we use deadly shot on the well? I mean, if you say so. Inspiring call to arms that draws out potential allies. We get a food and a fame. And we will move to the small crowd. Ooh. Okay, solidarity of the weak. The poor, the weak, and the needy must stick together to survive. Volpain can inspire compassion and attract potential allies. Peppery diversion, the perfect way to cause a commotion or incapacitate enemies. So we can't do that on you, I guess. Yeah, I'll incapacitate the well. Sure. Let's get the food and the fame. It's like a good spot to refill our canteens. My wish came true. So do we like recycle? Did we draw another card over here?
Tells me these
We did.
chaps aren't here to discuss pickpocketing techniques.
Okay, so at one point we are gonna have to go from. Can I draw? I can't drag this onto them at a start. I imagine we'll have to like use it in combat or something. So these will maybe these will transform into like a combat technique or something. That is curious. So that's the suspicious street. We do want to probably do something with that. Sure. Over here! Get the extra fame. Leo's mighty roar drew out a crowd of curious townsfolk. Hello there. Oh my god! Wait, it worked. +2 Grim. Add a creature to the graveyard. Add a creature to the search party. Oh my god. I don't know, man. Alright. Okay, so we can see this. Here are the enemies that are watching this location. First, let her fist do the talking. I mean, I feel like, you know what? I kind of just want to engage and see what's going on. Okay, so what happens here?
Could be convinced to walk away for the right price.
You've started your first confrontation, but maybe there's no need for violence. But why? Rolling over cards at your disposal, you may discover ways to get rid of some of your opponents. Get rid of enough opponents and bring the morale of the group to 0, and the rest will flee. If you use an aggressive card, the confrontation will automatically turn into a fight. But if you don't have any cards to play or don't want to play any cards, click the auto battle token to trigger the fight manually. Gotcha. Morale, it symbolizes the morale of the enemy group. When one of them leaves the battle or dies, his level is subtracted from the morale token. When it reaches 0, the remaining flee. So we can either go for both of these or this one. Rallying Cry increases our damage by 1. Aim Shot does 3 damage. So we could, like, theoretically do this. So I'm assuming once we go, it just uses 1 immediately. What does it say? Send front creatures with max level 1 to the search party. Stun the other creatures for 1 round. Okay. That can make me just straight up discard that one. I don't know. I want to do violence. Take this. Boink.
Oh, ouch.
And I've added him to the graveyard, and I got evil points. Is that really on me?
Really are.
From now on, both sides will automatically attack the opponent directly opposite or to the left if no one is directly in front. Between each round of attack, you can play 1 card per adventurer. Again, if you don't want to play cards, you can use the auto battle token. So this goes 1, this goes 1, and then we get the option to play 1 more card. I mean, again, is it really on me? You brought the enemy to 0 morale. All the remaining hostiles will now flee. When you trigger a panic, each fleeing enemy will grant you 1... what is it? Is it honor or renown for whatever their level?
Fight, eh?
Okay. Grim. I can consume Grim to turn them into a bunch of rioters. Interesting. Survivor's Sense. So, like, we might want to just do something like this so we can find a new card for combat. Would you look at that? Just throw some pepper spray. We'll pepper spray that. Okay, so now we can probably draw this. What is this? Eavesdrop. You can learn a lot when you take the time to stop and listen. Receive local chit-chat. I'll admit I kind of want to do that before turning in my map. Good to know. It's got the local chit-chat card. Noisy Tavern. Because I don't know what to use that on, per se, but hey. All right, let's go for it.
Outstanding, Volpan. Truly outstanding.
A heavily bandaged figure stood alone in the alleyway. He looked like he was waiting for someone. As Volpain and Leo approached, the figure turned to greet them. Ah, Leo, so you're finally here, and you brought a crow. I'm a shoebill. But of course you are, darling. We heard you have work. Do I ever? But before we get down to brass tacks, I always like to get an understanding of who it is I'm working with. What do you mean? I'd like a demonstration of the value you'll bring to this operation. Demonstration? You know, skills, my boys, skills. Show me your skills. The pair looked at each other, perplexed. What did he mean, skills? Skills in combat, sleight of hand, or maybe just a good old trick shot from Leo? By scanning through the cards in your hand, you'll be able to determine which ones can be played in the current situation. Card in hand will always highlight the game board elements on which it can be played. Try hovering over your cards to choose the one to play on Timothy. Can we do local chit-chat? Grim. Nimble hands. Part of me wants to just use our Grim points. Just be like, hey, look. We did some murder, man. Reputation like that, I mean. Because maybe it'd be good to not have high Grim, too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Peppery diversion. Why even turn it into a tavern brawl? That is so... Oh, that's so good. There's a lot of really interesting things going on. Let's just show him how murdery we are. You want to see what we're made of? Then have at you. Volpain unsheathed his dagger at Leo, placed a hand on the hilt of his longsword, growling menacingly. Timothy recoiled, raising his hands. That will be necessary. It's clear you don't lack for spirit. Thought so. We'll shed the blood if we have to, but we prefer to do things cleanly. As do I, young bird, as do I. But nevertheless, it's good to know you have the stomach for a fight, should the moment arise. Volpain sheathed his dagger, and Leo relaxed his hand on the sword. The tension subsided. Now then, perhaps you'd like to tell us what it was that you needed. Very well, I'd like for the two of you to acquire an item for me, an instrument, in fact. A very rare and beautiful lyre that is currently in possession of the esteemed Lady Cattell. You mean the old bat who lives on the hill? Wouldn't call her that to her face, but yeah, that's her. I'd like you to break into her manor, steal the lyre, and bring it back to me at the Holy Grove. Where's that exactly? The Holy Grove? I know the place well. I'll get you there myself, Volpain. Excellent. I shall leave you to it. I look forward to meeting you again. All right, we've got a job to do. At long last. We can get straight to it if you think we're ready to go, or we can spend some more time in the streets to prepare. It's your call. Remember, you only have a limited number of skill cards in your adventurer's decks. Oh, okay. All right, spending too many of their skill cards will tire them out. If you want to recover some skill cards, you'll have to use rest cards on the right side of the board. Each rest card has its own set of effects and sometimes a price that you can decide to pay or not. Read carefully what they do. Click the rest deck to try and use the first card. I mean, should I? Uneventful stop. Recover up to 3 skill cards per adventurer. I mean, sure.
Feeling rested?
Fairly optimal. We only had 2 for 1. You recovered some skill cards and suffered no other consequences. Don't expect it to be so easy very often. The next card in the deck will cost you food or health points. The last card of the rest deck is always a game over, so be sure to check out how many times you can hope to rest in a region. Once you move on to the next region, the rest deck will be replaced with a new set of cards. The number of rest cards in the next region is independent of how many you used here. Okay. You've completed the region. You can either click continue to proceed to the next one, or you might want to spend some more time here to gather resources and allies. I would like allies. That sounds fun. Hey, you want to be my ally? -2 food to get some fame. Money for food. Don't have a lot of food. It feels like it might not be a bad idea.
Well,
you know, let's just do this. Move to the next location. I kind of want to know what we can use our local chit-chat on. Ah! Good to know. Here, take this. Oh, because he's a gossip!
An army marches
We
on
knew
its
he was a
stomach.
gossip.
The same goes for a band of thieves and weirdos.
Gotcha. All right. So, how do we see... We have 8... Is that we have 8 cards left? Remaining skill cards for the adventure. When out of combat, you can trade any of the character's skill cards. Max 10. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah. All right. So that is the amount of cards left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do we have max 8 or max 10? Oh, it's probably just the maximum we can possibly have, and especially considering we have these ones over here. Of course. I mean, it feels like we probably could just use some. Like, do we get all of our skill cards back when we leave? I know it said we get our rest cards back. Do we get our skill cards back? Where's this? Move to the noisy tavern. Small crowd we could shoot the arrow into. 2 food, but we add somebody to the search party, which I imagine means somebody's going to be like slowly coming in to get us. Let's go for this stuff. Let's do it. Let's get in here.
Well, you can walk away from this richer, or not at all.
On the scent. What does this do? Anything? Boost attack point by 1 for the next round. We sure could. Draws out potential allies in the area. I don't think that actually does that in combat here. Blast somebody. But we can't kill. The incapacitate sounds pretty nice. Oh, we can do that, or we could boost our attack here. Let's try this out.
Can somebody crack a window, please?
Okay, so we attack without them attacking back. What's this? Eavesdrop. I just think... Okay, so yeah, a lot of those that you wouldn't really think would have an application in battle are kind of just like a self-buff. What is corrupt? Corrupt, does that mean, like, we will get them to join us? Can we hire? Is that what's going on? Like, we can hire them? I want to know.
Glad we could come to an agreement. When all else fails, run away.
Okay, so corrupt just means, like, get them to leave. I figured quite as much, but I was hoping that was not the case. So what is search party? They will sometimes appear on your path whenever you explore. So they're going to slowly be trying to find me still. Gotcha. Let's get a little bit more fame. Is there a good way to get some...
Sold.
Or that's not fame, that's money. Sorry. I see F and I think fame.
I don't know what you did to wind them up, but they look mad.
Especially because the F for the symbol looks a lot like the F in the fame up there. Interesting. I think, you know, I'd like some money, but maybe we can just move on. What does this do? Add one to this. Yeah, who cares? Let's add somebody. Let's steal. Let's do a little stealing. Add somebody to the search party. Okay, that's fine. We'll deal with it. Who cares, right? Let's go to the next area. Somewhere in the garden, Leo has brought Volpain to the city gardens, where food is plentiful and secrets lurk around every corner. Deep in the labyrinth lies our hero's destination for the evening, Lady Catel's manor. Watch out, guards! Oh, boy. Okay, they're all in the... Okay. There are now several hostiles in search party. Yeah. Every time a new location card appears on the board, if it has a search party call token with an I, it may spawn a group of enemies coming from there. Some reactions may add hostiles to search party, hostiles that you have to be faced later, so be careful. Fair enough. Right then, Timothy said the instrument is inside Lady Catel's manor. Big house at the labyrinth? That's the one, but getting through that hedge maze is going to be tough. I think I saw some gardeners wandering around earlier. Maybe they'd know the way.
Uh-oh. Looks like you've got the law on your tail.
Vegetable labyrinth? I mean, hello, gardener. Don't really want to do the move to the next. Well, let's just talk. Can I help you? One could get lost in these gardens. Yeah, you can help me. Receive gardener. Oh, we could, like, pay him to guide us through. I don't know. Let's try and keep a roughly even amount of our resources. All we need to do is lead the gardener to the labyrinth, and the rest should be easy. We'll see about that.
Could be something good there.
Look, I can see some documents through the glass. You think they could be useful? One way to find out. Maybe the gardener could open the door for us. Does that, like... I'm assuming that uses the gardener up. Oh, we can also have them get 4 food for us. Oh, we gotta make a choice. I want to know. Looks like a map of the labyrinth. But look, it's only the inner part of the maze. Why can't anything be simple? Better than nothing. I'm sure we can find something to show us the way to the middle. Or someone. I mean, that's useful too, though. It's hard to be mad at that. Move to locked greenhouse. We could call for help, get another gardener. Over here! Why? Nimble hands. Oh, that's interesting. That's local chit-chats. What is this one? Solidarity of the week. Hey, that just straight up gives us the gardener. We don't have to worry about it. Little help, please. Anytime, my friend. So theoretically, we should just be able to have an appointment with the lady of the house. Would you show us the way through the maze? I've trimmed these hedges many a time. Follow me.
That's quite a statue.
What is it? Sorry, sirs. I'd rather not go any further. What? We're barely halfway. It's the statue, sir. Bad luck it is. Haunted. Gardener backed away from the statue nervously, leaving Volpain and Leo alone. They had to admit it was rather foreboding sight. Great. I can hear a guard patrol. Paw Patrol coming. There we go. Quick, hide. Well, in this game, who actually knows? It might be the Paw Patrol.
Well, I hope you have a good lawyer,
The
Volpan.
patrol took up position right in front of the statue. Patrols, we can deal with it, but how are we going to find the way through the rest of the labyrinth? Found a map, remember? That should help us figure the best route. Of course, let's take a watch once we're done with the watch. Okay, take a look. Should we go for... Oh, so we can do like a little bit of this. Heal for 1. Food does nothing. Does the fame do something? No, only food. It's good to know, though. Oh! Ooh! You can just kill somebody in the watch party by throwing out that dang arrow. I mean... It's not great. Maybe we want to cycle the deck to see if we can get the... is it at the bottom? Or is it... I know that this is in order. Is this in order? It doesn't say that it is. Because I feel like the peppery diversion would be the best possible thing for that situation. So maybe we'll... Ooh, receive healing balm and healing plants. Place is pretty well stocked.
Yes, that's it.
But we would need to use some of these. Thorny bushes. You like scratches? Because if you go this way, you're going to get scratches. What does scratches do? Don't like the look of those thorns. I'm assuming it's 1 damage, right? I would assume it's just 1 damage. Man, can we handle this? It's the Paw Patrol! Bell of the Watch. Power add a constable to the search party every round. Part of me just wants to chance it for the fun of it. This is not like the logical, normal thing you probably should be doing, but let me just see.
You know, they might be persuaded to give up the chase for the right
price. Okay. Do like a little bit of renown. We can't quite, unless we spend everything, we can't quite get this to go. But paying renown to get this guy out of the way,
fans of yours,
when he's got a lot of damage there, it seems like a good call. So it's already a little bit more favorable. And this is a level 3.
Oof, he felt that one.
Okay. So I pay one guy. I say, hey, dude, I'm well esteemed around here. And then I shoot an arrow at the leader the moment that guy leaves. And then they're like, okay, this guy is off the wall. He's unhinged. We can't stay here. He's unhinged. Unpredictable. All right, we got directions. Well, then what are we waiting for? Let's go. If I'm reading this right, we should be there in no time. Good thing it's almost nighttime. Perfect timing. The darker, the better.
That's Lady Catel's manor.
Finally. Hey, maybe that was the hard part, and it's all downhill from here? Wishful thinking. Getting dark. Time to get down to business. Hold on a second. This could be the last chance for us to rest up. I need my nimble hands at the ready. Sometimes your adventurers won't have their best skill cards in their hand, but don't worry. Anytime you're not in combat, you can trade a skill card from your hand for another one. Just drag the card above the owner's deck and choose... Oh! If the card is available from your draw pile, you'll have to pay a fixed price for the card. It's a little expensive, especially considering you could have rested to regain several cards at once. The cost of resting can be also pretty high. Be careful not to burn through too many skill cards by trading them. I do have nimble hands, though. What are you talking about? Sounds like a job that will require my... Okay, so we need to do the nimble hands to get to the next part. I thought it was saying, like, we're going to need that for next time. For when we get in. All right, let's do this. Do what you do best. I'll cover the exit. Under the cover of night, Volpan ghosted into the manor undetected. He darted through the corridors until he reached the main hall. There in plain sight stood the lyre in all its splendor, glinting in the moonlight. All he had to do was reach out and take it. Oh, that's it?
The second he touched the mysterious lyre, Volpan felt an ancient power flowing through him. Reality fractured and exploded into an infinite number of worlds. All identical and yet somehow distinct. Beyond the webs of fate, he witnessed all possible futures, resonating, vibrating, clashing. And then he saw, and he knew. He, his loved ones, his city, his kingdom, his world, everything was going to disappear, swallowed up by a cataclysm whose origin lurked behind the veil of possibilities.
The second he touched the relic, the sheer power of the visions caused poor Volpan to collapse on the spot. Leo took his unconscious friend on his back and fled the mansion and an army of guards at his heels. Hang in there, old friend. We'll get through this. I'll deal with the guards and you get to a safe place. Volpan! Volpan! You completed this mission with a few victims in your graveyard deck. For now, it won't change anything, but be aware that if you leave a trail of bodies behind you, you may have to face the consequences later.
As always,
Yeah, fair. Can we bury them? Volpan awoke in the forest of Ronceray, his head throbbing. The lyre was on the ground beside him, but Leo was nowhere to be found. Leo? Leo? Where is he? What happened? The moment he remembered the visions.
Oh no.
Before he had time to think, Volpan was struck with a vision of his friend in prison. A wave of despair swept over him. Leo, where are they taking him? Are they going to execute him? Gods please, no. This is a doom event card. It symbolizes the tragic events that only Volpan can see and will lead the world to its end. The number above the event indicates how many turns you have left to prevent these events from taking place by changing the course of the tale. Each mission you complete costs a turn, but don't worry. If you fail to complete a mission, you can always retry with no time penalty. I need to help him before it's too late. They must have locked him up in Eisenberg prison. This is a mission card. By selecting, you will see its objectives and be able to start it. The choice of which missions you complete and in what order is crucial to preventing doom events from occurring. Missions also contain secret side objectives and choices to make that will change the way that the next ones unfold, all leading to different results. It's up to you to experiment and make the right choices to fight fate. I'm coming, Leo. Wait, what the?
It can't be.
Volpan was struck with another flash. The smell of blood, the clash of metal, the roar of battle. A vision of a massacre yet to come. The miners' strike. Father! The militia are preparing an attack of the blockade. Lady Cattell must be behind this. I have to warn them or they'll all be slaughtered. I mean, if I'm going to warn the miners, I'll need to first find their leader, Karst. They won't budge an inch without his say-so. What have I done? It's this damn instrument. Volpan looked at the strange lyre with disgust. I wish I never touched this blasted thing. Maybe if I give it back to Lady Cattell, that might soothe things over. After all, the fault confessed is half redressed. If I write a letter of apology presented to the Council of Mothers, they might be able to pressure on Cattell and prevent her from ordering the massacre. Volpan looked at the lyre once more before packing it into the satchel. Slowly, painfully, he dragged himself to his feet. All right, Volpan, you can fix this. Took a look around in an effort to get his bearings. To his left, he saw the fumes of the city rising above the trees. To his right, the silhouette of a Ferris Mount. Of the Ferris Mount shrouded in the acrid smoke from the mines. Better get moving. Your adventure begins now. Make your own choices and discover their consequences. Welcome to Foretales. Okay, so like... Wait, why does it say we can... Okay. I imagine... I would imagine since A, this has the lower timer here, it might be like trying to urge me to go for it. It also would make sense because we could maybe make sure. Like, I would logically assume that this means we wouldn't have this guy, you know, this party member, if we don't stop this from happening, and we might want, or B, need them to solve some of these issues. So I do think that this is probably the logical thing to go for. Leia is scheduled to transfer along with some other prisoners. Not clear where they're headed or why. Can't be good. All right. Choose your companions. Oh. Yeah. Find a way in. The city watch is holding Leo in the local jail. Vopan needs to find a way inside to rescue him. Time for a prison break. I would have thought that the demo was honestly going to stop at the last marker there.
Leo's locked up in there.
I'm glad it
has
doesn't.
to be a way in.
And now it's Leo. What do you mean? I have a friend in there. I was hoping I'd be able to pay him a visit. Visit? What you think this is? A bloody retirement home? Perhaps we could arrange some kind of arrangement. Perhaps you arrange for me to get 5 Fs. I'll forget I ever saw you. 5 F? Gah, where am I going to get that from?
Oh,
okay.
No. The cops.
The cops? We don't have anybody on us right now. We don't have to worry. Use the liar. Can we use this on anything? Does not seem so. All right, so we're looking for Mooney. I mean, I don't mind trading the food for it right off the bat, I guess. Do we have eavesdrop? We don't. Because if we can get some eavesdrop action, I guess maybe we'll want to go for that.
Useful.
Hello there. You can steal. What happens when you gain a Grim? You know, maybe that's fine. Maybe that's okay.
Well. Never suspected a thing.
Too easy. So, like, is there a chance? I wonder if there's ever, like, a chance to get a penalty.
Something told Vopan that these chaps weren't here to talk.
Let's see what we need for the next thing. You know, like, get ourselves to the next objective so we know what we're going to be working towards. You ready to make it worth my while? Here, just a quick visit. No trouble. Stop talking, get inside. Never met you here?
What is everyone in this town?
Hold on,
take?
Leo. I'm coming. Block kids. Wait, what? They have to learn to fend for themselves from the cruel streets of the Hard Republic. I feel like... Receive street urchin. Alright, I'm curious. Hey, kid, shouldn't you be in school? Wait a minute. Maybe I could be of help. I'll admit I'm curious what this... I now have... What do you do? You've got to be for something. Okay, so... These are the next locations you'll visit. Old Well Guard Post? Oh, we can continue. Oh, we have to continue. That's right. Free Leo from his cell. Now that he's inside the prison, Volpan needs to find Leo's cell and break him out of there. I'm going to bring a child with me on this mission. The prison was dark, dank, and foreboding. Mournful wails echoed down the grimy corridors. Guards prowled the halls, eager to dish out a beating to anyone who stepped out of line. Slipping by unnoticed wasn't going to be easy.
I'd recognize that tail anywhere.
Vopan in here. I'm coming, old friend.
All right. Who called the cops? Now, who could that be?
Psst, over here. Over here. Let me out of the cell. I'll make it worth your while. Yeah, and how's that exactly? I get the sense you're not supposed to be here, yes? Throw a little magic trick that could throw the guards off your trail.
All right. Who called the cops?
Cry for help. Get him, kid. Just slip into the bars. Guards room. All of the kerfuffle in the prison has caused the guards to abandon their meal. Anyone for the leftovers. So does this? It moves us to the next locale as well. Long corridor, guards room. Prison warden. Keeps the cell keys around her neck, but attacking her without allies would be suicide. I mean, is there a world where we could get that and then get nimble hands to do something for us? Let's just move to the next one. Yeah. It's not the most efficient way to travel, but skill cards with no effect on a particular location or encounter will at least remove this card from and move on to the next card from the exploration deck. If what you need most for this mission is to reach a card somewhere in the exploration deck, moving forward is actually useful. Just try to use a skill card that you won't need too much in the near future. I have a feeling we won't need to eavesdrop in this location. That's why I was kind of thinking it was fine. And keep in mind that you can't do that with an inventory card. Those can only be used if they have an actual effect on their target. So we can't, like, do these. Okay, so there was a chance that there could have been someone there. I do think we will want the peppery diversion. Have to find a way to open the cell. I'm ready for the big house. Not to mention useful. Agitated prison quarter. I mean... do they have... Do we have to just get to this guy for the key? Is that the only way? I'm assuming it sounds like it's trying to set up us going for either nimble hands or the peppery diversion. Probably nimble hands. It's a lot of nimble hands. Again, I'm going to keep on eavesdropping. I don't think that it'll be particularly important here. Or solidarity for the weak. I would assume is not going to be an assumptive useful thing. Maybe there's like a I could maybe get the rookie out of the way, but like I could also just fight this and then maybe we can talk to Leo. You have the key? Working on it. Another one of your party tricks? Okay. All right. So it really sounds like we need to get the key, and it sounds like the key is around the neck here. Just seems like straight up the thing to do. Nimble hand. We have a couple nimble hands. Let's just use this to get a little bit of food.
To go, thanks.
Chance for a watch. Oh, there can't be. I think we'll want those. Yeah, we can't do anything with those. This guy's just say we just have a child with us for no reason. Fine. We'll wait and then we'll do a rest probably in a moment here. There it is.
Good afternoon, officer. Ooh, watch out, Volpan. This one looks tough. Volpan was ready to take on the law.
Oh, okay. Guards, be prepared. We've had word of an intruder in the area. So I can't mess with it unless... Add one constable to the search party every... Wait. Find a way to open this cell. Alright, well, let's take a look at this for a second. Spend 3 fame. Spend and rest or rest. Spend 3 fame to avoid the problems with local guards. To avoid problems with local guards. And recover up to 3 skill cards for the adventurer. Or rest and add some to the search party. Gotcha. Yeah, about that. I don't know how we can go for an actual fight here. If we engage, then we go for the stun. We could maybe do that. That could be okay. There's some kind of... This is the only one that it seems like we might be able to actually interact with it afterwards. Agitated prison quarter. Won't take much to tip the cell block into a full-blown riot. Someone escaped their cell. Whoever it was, it seems they have the guard into panic. Alright. Oh, we can get this.
All right, what's it going to cost?
Okay, so... What is this? Invoke behind. Invoke behind. Part of me just wants to actually, just do this as a fight. I don't know, but the constable is annoying.
Yeah,
do that.
you're taking on the gods of the watch?
Just don't want to draw anything else. I'll fine. I'll take that one there. All right, what do we got here? Bunch of rioters. I see. Consume 2 Grim to get a bunch of rioters going. I'm assuming that'll be good for us. Out of my way, guards! Fall back, fall back! The inmates broke out of their cell and soon taken over the prison ward. A bunch of rioters doesn't take much to transform the downtrodden people of the Hard Republic into an angry mob. To arms, to arms! Let's end this tyranny! What? Receive rioter. So we need Grim. Okay, so we don't quite have the resources to gather that right now. Receive a firebomb. I'll admit, I'd rather have a firebomb. Oh my god, we can use the firebomb to blow up the... Oh, that's... Okay. Alright. Step 1, let's just rest.
That is quite enough laying around for the time being, thank you.
So yeah, those are added. That's okay. You know what? Let's just get you out first, and then we'll use you, whatever your spell is, to help with this. Why? It's a surprise. What?
Well, that was a loud one.
Oh, that hurt me too. The blast tore the grate apart, spreading fire everywhere. Not exactly what you call stealthy, but at least the prisoner was free.
Subtle.
As the ringing in the ears subsided, Volpan could hear a commotion coming from down the corridors. The blast had alerted the guards. Fair. Got the job done, didn't I? Not sure I want to know what the answer to this is, but what exactly are you in here for? I've got what the doctors refer to as an incurable case of kleptomania. Guessing your time behind bars hasn't helped your condition. Hard to say, really. I know more once I get out. Now, hold on a minute. What about our deal? Volpan acquired a new skill card, Cut Purse. Patience. The timing isn't quite right, but I'll keep my end of the bargain, I promise. One more thing that bothers me. What is it? You spent all that time in your cell. Yes. Never once occurred to you that you could have slipped through the bars? You make fine points, sir. I'll remember that for the next time I'm locked up here. And without a care in the world, the thief slithered away down the corridor into the darkness. Okay, so cut purse. As experienced thief will tell you, you should never pick a pocket when you could cut a purse. More coins, you see. So, what? I am now curious. I guess I have wasted my bomb. I thought that maybe he was gonna join my party. I guess this is the trick. I mean, it's like I'm happy about it. I'm pleased. I don't know what this does in battle. So that has me concerned. Let me just whatever. Let me see afterwards, right?
They might be persuaded to forget about all this.
4,
for
so
the
we
right price.
only need to interaction effect pickpocket. I mean, we could just throw a bunch of that stuff. Street urchin. Let's just do it.
You're taking on the gods of the watch?
I mean, I guess so. Over here. Not really a good call. Oh, okay. So we get to attack both. You may swap your teammates' positions. I don't think I want to. I find this to be probably incredibly stupid. But I just wanted to see, you know? Get a power up. I could use the street urchin. Whatever. Let's just see what happens. Incoming disaster. Oh! Over here! Okay, well, alright. Alright, now we got a problem. Now we got... It goes up! It goes up. Okay, so that... I figured as much. You're right. It's suicide indeed. Kill me.
Well, that's embarrassing.
I figured as much, but I thought it sort of looked like we might be able to stun lock him into death. If we had a bow, well, I guess it makes sense that we wouldn't possibly have the bow, though, because we don't have that guy out yet. I think the situation is maybe going in, and I don't think it was the right idea to free the other prisoner. He was leading me to believe that he was going to give me a way to cause a distraction to get the other guy out, but that's not quite what happened there. So I would say, yeah, saving the firebomb to give my ally out first and then going for the other guy probably would have been a better plan. But, you know, I thought that, hey, it's open. It's open. I don't have to deal with guards to get to it. Let's see if we can use them to then help me get to the other thing. But that's kind of just what the chain of events is sort of about, and that's what I actually think is kind of quite interesting about this, is that element of... You can go about it in different ways. Like, we could go and find a way to get that key. Like, if we had, like, the proper hand draw, we probably could just stun lock them into getting the win, you know, on that boss fight. If you had enough of the powder, like, I don't know how many are in the deck, but it seems like that's it's a possibility to an extent there, which is interesting. Or the fact that, you know, maybe if we had... if we just had enough of the renown, like we killed enough of the other guys first. But we were getting close towards the hour here, and I just wanted to see what would happen if we went for the big boy, if we could maybe sneak out a dirty little, cheeky little win there. Obviously, I know it was a suicide mission. Obviously, I knew that the chances of winning was low. But going in, it seems like there's more of a chance of maybe doing it sort of that way than I thought there was, actually. Quite impressed by it, and I'm quite impressed by this game in general. Like, this giant, like, web of interconnect. I mean, and they have the web there. It's quite interesting, quite unique, quite a different take on this sort of a genre. It really does feel like a fun choose your own adventure, deep branching narrative, resource managey kind of an experience here. I think it's fantastic. I'm quite curious to see where they take it from here, but again, the demo is on Steam right now. You can play it for free, everything that I played here, and I would imagine maybe you can play these things, and then the demo will call it out, or stop it out after that. Maybe not, though. Prisoner thing might be the last one, or maybe you only get to pick one. Not sure. But still, a very generous and cool demo to check out here, and I highly recommend you playing through your way and seeing what the different ways you can do that mission are. I recommend getting the firebomb and taking it to your own ally instead of the guy that I thought was going to join our party as a different ally. I thought I was going to get a cool snake friend. Maybe later. Maybe down the line. That's the thing. Maybe it's like that narrative thing where if I freed him from the cage then, down the line in a little bit, he might join our party. Who knows? It could be that kind of a thing for all I know. I had to take a chance. You don't know until you find out. But hey, go check it out for yourself. Link in the top description. This has been, I do have to tab out to Foretales. Foretales is out on Steam in demo form. Go wishlist it. Go check it out. Thank you for watching, though. My name is Retchmage. Cover indie games every single day with an extra specialty, typically in roguelikes and roguelites, of which this I would not quite classify as. It is certainly adjacent. But I play tons of card games, deck builders, things like that, of which this is certainly adjacent to as well. I like myself tabletop games, card games, things like that. So if you're into that type of game, this is a great channel for you to be subscribed to. I will not miss any great new ones, especially great new ones that are doing interesting things and new things like this. Thank you, though, and I will see you next time. Bye.